Staff Sergeant Rico Roman joined the Army in 2001. He was deployed 3 times to Iraq. During his 3rd deployment, he was hit by an IED. That's an improvised explosive device. Some of these things are 50 and 60-pound bombs that would hit you. And he was hit and lost his leg above the knee. He spent time at Brooke Army Medical Center recuperating, got involved with Operation Comfort, the chapter of Disabled Sports USA, in sled hockey. And this year, he went to Sochi to represent the United States at the U.S. Paralympic sled hockey team and won a gold medal. He lives in Windcrest, Texas with his wife, Natalie, and 2 children. Rico, come on up and say a few words.
Thank you. I didn't score that gold medal game-winning goal, but I wish I did. It was actually a line mate of mine, like you had mentioned, Marine Corps veteran. He was a great friend of mine, also a line mate. I had 2 other Marines on my line, and just to tease, this is just teasing, they were a great support element on the ice, so it was great out there on the ice with those guys. So without sports, I don't know what I would have been doing. Back in 2007 when I was injured due to an IED, I was there in the bed, and I had one of the groups that he had mentioned, Operation Comfort, which is a chapter of Warfighter Sports, come to me bedside. I'm now an amputee, and they said, hey, let's go on a 150-mile bike ride. And I go, you guys missing something here? I'm missing a leg. I'm like, how am I supposed to ride a bike? Like, I'm pretty negative at this point. I'm like, you guys need to leave. And they said, no, we have this bike. It has 3 wheels, and you pedal with your arms. It's a hand cycle. So I was all for it. I was like, oh, yeah, let's do it. I went and did the 150-mile bike ride and had it. It was grueling. I didn't train for it. I fell and hurt my wrist the week before the race. But it was so much fun. And eventually, I got asked to come and try the sport of sled hockey. I'm Hispanic. I don't know if any of you guys noticed that out there. And I'm from Oregon, Portland. We just have a professional basketball team. There's no hockey there. I don't watch hockey. I don't play hockey. And one of my platoon sergeants at the time was a big hockey fan. So that really made me not like hockey even more. But I listened to him. I said, okay, why not? Let's try the sport out. I went out there. I got on the ice. It's 110 degrees in San Antonio, and I'm in the coolest building you could possibly be in. But I'm sweating. This is the hardest thing I've ever done. It was so much fun, but the best part to me was that locker room. I'm on an all-veteran team there in San Antonio with all different branches, Army, Marines, Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force, everybody on that team in that locker room. And when I came in there first time, I remember hearing somebody say, oh, he's an Army guy. I was like, oh, man, here we go. This is something that I miss so much. Being injured, being separated from your team and your guys, all you're worrying about is how they're doing, do they got what they need, and you're constantly thinking about them. So to be a part of that team was something so special to me. I remember I wear a prosthetic leg. I left it in the locker room. I come back. There's a water bottle in it, trash in it, you name it. These guys got jokes. I go to the locker room another time. It's really quiet in there. I'm like, there's something going on because that locker room's always loud. I go to open my hockey bag, and one of our bilateral guys on my team jumps out of my hockey bag. So it's unreal some of the pranks that these guys play on us. I ended up being good enough to try out for the Paralympic team. I didn't even know there was a Paralympic team in sled hockey. I thought since I was an infantry guy in good shape, this would be cake for me. I can make this team. I went and tried out, and that was not the case. These guys did circles around me. I didn't know hockey again, and I didn't make the team for 2010 for the Vancouver Games. But it just made me more determined than ever to make that team. With the support of my wife, Natalie, and my children, and all the veterans that I play with, I went hard to work and made the team the following year, and I was the first war-wounded veteran to make the Paralympic sled hockey team. So fast forwarded a little bit more, and now we're going to Sochi. We're going to play for these games. The first game that my family came to see me play was against Russia. We had played a bunch of previous games, but these games now are to qualify you which bracket you'll play in for the gold medal game or a silver game. And so we had to play Russia, and we had won all our games previous to them, and we lost. We lost, I want to say 2-0 or 2-1, and we had some really bad calls. You know, maybe they had a couple bucks to the referees, but a 3-on-2 situation, of course they're supposed to score some goals. But I remember looking up at the stands and seeing my son's face, and his face was just priceless. I'll never forget it. He didn't cry, he wasn't sad, but he was just puzzled, like, I just flew, I don't know how many hours on a plane with Mom and my mean sister, and we just lost. Like, what's gonna happen next? Like, he's holding the American flag, looking so puzzled. And so our next game we had to play against was against Canada, and we're back and forth with Canada, losing, winning, and we came out guns blazing and beat them 3-0 and ready for that gold medal rematch against Russia. And I remember a lot of people asking me, do you have any pre-game meals that you eat, or is there any certain songs you listen to before you go out there? And I said, no, I eat whatever they give me, and I listen to whatever's on my little iPod at the time. But for that particular game, I listened to The Big Payback, you know, James Brown. It's because it was a payback time. And we get out there, and I was thankfully at least on the ice at the time when my buddy scored the game-winning goal, top shelf, and 7,000 people are cheering at the top of it. There's nothing to prepare you for that kind of game. Nothing here ever have I played in the States that can prepare me for that game. And we win the game, and I come out of the penalty box, and we did it, and it's just unreal. I'm so happy we did it. Something so special to me, and I'll never forget it, is seeing our flag raised above the other countries' flags, and all me and my brothers singing the national anthem, again, being part of a team, and I see one of my guys getting ready to cry, and I was like, you better not do it. No baby cries on this team. But I'm so honored to be here. And another part about what the general said about giving back, you know, tomorrow I get to go and talk at a school, and at a 4th grade school, and at a high school, and then Saturday is going to be the best because I get to skate with the local Ranger sled hockey team here and share with them something that 16 other members that are on my team brought back for Team USA. This right here, I'm going to be able to share that with them. I forgot to wear the tie, but can this work for tonight? Thank you, Warfighter Sports. Thank you, Operation Comfort. And thank you all for coming. And thank you guys so much.